If a married woman shows these 7 signs, she's likely attracted to you. Stoicism, modern Stoic. Love does not consist in gazing at each other, but in looking outward together in the same direction. Eugène Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. Attraction is one of the most intricate and nuanced emotions we experience as human beings. It becomes even more complicated when it involves someone who has already made a lifelong commitment to another. For many men, the subtle signs of interest from a married woman can stir a mixture of curiosity, temptation, and uncertainty, emotions that challenge both the heart and the mind. Yet, before you interpret any signal or consider a response, it's essential to ground yourself in respect, both for her commitment and for your own integrity. In today's world, where emotional entanglements can quickly spiral into regret, adopting a perspective rooted in clarity and self-mastery is vital. This is where the ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers profound guidance. Stoicism teaches us to observe without bias, to meet situations with calm and rationality, and to preserve our inner peace regardless of external chaos. When faced with ambiguous signals from a married woman, the Stoic approach urges us not to be swept away by fleeting feelings, but to respond with wisdom and dignity. In this in-depth exploration, we will uncover 7 key signs that may indicate a married woman's attraction toward you. More importantly, we will reflect on how to interpret these signs without jumping to conclusions, how to protect your emotional equilibrium, and how to act in a way that honors both yourself and the boundaries that should never be crossed. By embracing this mindset, you empower yourself to navigate complex emotional landscapes with grace, choosing restraint over impulsiveness, respect over temptation, and strength over vulnerability. Because true strength lies not in pursuing every desire, but in mastering oneself and walking a path that reflects your values. Prepare to delve into these subtle signals, not as a roadmap to conquest, but as an invitation to greater self-awareness and emotional intelligence, a modern Stoic's journey toward balance in love, life, and relationships. Sign 1. Prolonged and intentional eye contact. Prolonged and intentional eye contact is one of the clearest, most undeniable signs that a married woman may be attracted to you. It's no accident when her gaze holds yours longer than what's typical for casual conversation. Human beings naturally lock eyes with those who intrigue or captivate them, but when her eyes linger with a softness, a hint of a smile, or an almost tender warmth, it signals something deeper than mere politeness. Pay attention to the subtle details. Her pupils may dilate, a physical response that happens unconsciously when someone is genuinely interested. This isn't just about what's visible, it's about the silent conversation between 2 souls conveyed through a single, prolonged look. Yet, this is where many men falter. They let desire cloud their judgment, jumping to conclusions and imagining scenarios that may never unfold. The Stoics teach us a crucial lesson here. Marcus Aurelius reminds us to be like the cliff against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it. When you receive such a look, don't let it sweep you off your feet. Instead, observe calmly and with discipline. Don't overanalyze or let your mind spiral into fantasies. The eye contact alone is a sign, but it is not a guarantee or an invitation. It could be a fleeting moment of connection, a brief flicker of admiration, or even a reflex of social interaction. The key is to remain grounded. This kind of composure is not weakness, it's the hallmark of true strength. You must resist the urge to project your hopes onto her gaze and stay anchored in reality. Remember, your interpretations are always filtered through your own emotions and desires. You must not mistake longing for certainty. In real life, this means practicing patience and emotional control. When you notice her eye contact, appreciate the moment for what it is, but don't act impulsively or make assumptions that could lead to regret. The wisdom of Stoicism is to meet such moments with clarity and honor your own values above fleeting temptation. You must be aware, not reactive, strong, not desperate. In the end, it's about mastering yourself rather than chasing signals. He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior, said Confucius, and nowhere is this truer than when navigating the complex dance of attraction involving another's marriage. So, use this awareness as a tool, not a weapon. Learn to read the signs without losing your balance, and above all, respect boundaries, both hers and your own. I challenge you to reflect and share your experiences in the comments. Have you ever caught such a look and wondered what it meant? How did you respond? Your story could provide insight and strength to others facing the same delicate situation. This is more than just noticing eye contact. It's about developing wisdom, restraint, and understanding in the subtle, often confusing signals life throws at you. If you found this insight valuable, please like the video, share it with someone who could benefit, and subscribe for more timeless wisdom. I want to hear from you. Comment below this affirmation to anchor your mindset. I am a man of discipline and clarity. Let's build strength together by mastering ourselves, not chasing illusions. Sign 2. Remembering small details about you. Remembering small details about you is a powerful sign. When a married woman consistently recalls tiny facts about your life, your preferences, even your subtle habits, it's more than politeness. It's a clear marker of her interest. In the fast pace of modern life, people rarely retain such information unless something deeper draws their attention. Think about it. With countless distractions daily, what compels her mind to hold on to your favourite coffee, your birthday, or a fleeting remark you once made? This is not accidental or casual. It's deliberate. She's creating mental threads that connect her to you, weaving a private narrative only the two of you share. This behaviour reflects the ancient wisdom of Stoicism, focusing attention where value is recognised and acting with intention rather than drifting with the crowd. You must recognise this for what it is, an unspoken invitation to understand her world and possibly cross into it. Do not dismiss these details as trivial. Instead, let them guide you in discerning her true feelings. In a world full of noise, her mind's attention is a rare currency. Value it and use it wisely. When a married woman remembers you so intimately, she isn't just showing interest, she's demonstrating emotional investment without overt declarations. This aligns perfectly with the modern Stoic mindset, which teaches us to observe, understand, and respond rather than react impulsively. You must practice this discipline here. Notice her subtle cues and respond with measured respect and integrity. Stoicism demands that you don't chase illusions or fantasies, but face reality honestly. If she's married, boundaries exist, yet knowing these signs equips you with clarity. She may be drawn to you for reasons beyond romance, companionship, understanding, or simply recognition, but her memory of your details signals a deep resonance. Don't mistake this for entitlement. Instead, use it as wisdom to navigate your interactions consciously and ethically. This sign also serves as a metaphor for connection in today's disconnected world. Many relationships crumble because of neglect, forgotten anniversaries, missed calls, ignored messages. But she remembers, which means she prioritizes you, however complicated the situation may be. In the age of fleeting attention spans and digital distractions, this retention is an act of devotion in its own right. Reflect on your own relationships. Are you remembering the small things, or are you losing them in the chaos? The lesson here is clear. Attention is the gateway to influence and attraction. If you want to be someone who truly connects, you must cultivate this power of mindful memory yourself. It's not just about being remembered, but about remembering others as an act of respect and presence. In modern life, where Stoicism teaches us to control what we can and accept what we cannot, this sign is a beacon of what's controllable. Attention, memory, intention. You cannot control her actions or feelings, but you can control how you perceive and respond to these signs. Approach this knowledge with calm clarity. Don't let your ego inflate or your hope blind you. Instead, be the steady observer who respects boundaries but recognizes opportunity. Use her remembering as a prompt to sharpen your awareness and deepen your understanding of human connection. In doing so, you become not just a man noticed, but a man remembered, a man who embodies the strength and calm of modern Stoicism. Remember, this is only one of 7 signs she might show, but it is foundational. If she remembers small details about you, She's already investing mental energy and emotional bandwidth into your presence. This is the opening chord of a deeper melody. Listen carefully. Be patient, be wise, and above all, be authentic. The world rewards those who act with intention and honor, especially in matters of the heart tangled with complexity. You must choose your steps deliberately, grounded in truth and strength, embodying the modern Stoic ideal. To engage fully with reality, respect yourself and others, and hold your integrity above all else. Sign 3. Unnecessary physical touch. Unnecessary physical touch is one of the most telling and unmistakable signs that a married woman might be attracted to you, especially when it transcends what is customary in casual or professional interactions. You must learn to read these gestures carefully, as they carry a weight far beyond mere friendliness. Notice the moments when she brushes her hand against your arm during laughter, lightly touches your shoulder while engaged in conversation, or offers subtle nudges when sharing a joke. These are not accidental but intentional signals aiming to create intimacy. Picture yourself telling a story, and she places her hand on your arm, perhaps repeatedly, as if trying to anchor herself in that moment with you. Such touches may appear innocent, but the frequency, context, and tone reveal a deeper intention, a silent confession that words might never speak. It is crucial to remember the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, who said, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." This reminds you that you must approach such signals with both awareness and skepticism, never allowing desire or wishful thinking to distort reality. The Stoic perspective compels you to remain calm and collected, not to immediately interpret every touch as a sign of attraction, but to step back mentally and evaluate the whole picture objectively. Perhaps she is naturally tactile, a person who expresses warmth through touch, or the setting itself encourages casual closeness. Stoicism demands rationality, teaching you to guard your mind against impulsive conclusions and emotional upheaval. Your task is to discern, not assume, to observe without obsession. This distinction is vital because acting on false assumptions can lead to unnecessary turmoil, while clear-eyed judgment preserves your dignity and peace of mind. Remember the words of Epictetus: "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This is your mantra. Control your reactions, keep your emotions in check, and anchor your actions in wisdom. In real life, this means you must balance intuition with reason, allowing neither to overpower the other. If you feel a subtle pull toward her, do not rush to conclusions or reckless decisions. Instead, use this awareness as a guide to better understand human connection, respecting boundaries while recognizing the signals the heart may send. Reflect on your interactions with honesty and discipline. Consider the impact of your responses, knowing that your behavior defines your character. This is the modern Stoic approach, not denying the complexity of attraction, but mastering your internal world, regardless of external circumstances. I invite you to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Have you ever noticed these signs? How do you maintain your composure and clarity when navigating such delicate dynamics? Your insights can illuminate this often confusing territory for others. Let this be your call to action. Observe with clarity, think with precision, and act with integrity. This is not just about reading signals. It's about mastering yourself and living a life guided by strength, wisdom, and unwavering self-control. That is the power of true Stoicism in the realm of relationships. If you found this insight valuable, please comment below and share it with someone who could benefit from understanding these subtle signals. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom on mastering yourself and modern relationships. To engage with the community, comment on this powerful affirmation: I observe with clarity, act with integrity, and master myself. Sign 4. Finding reasons to spend time alone with you. Finding reasons to spend time alone with you. This is no accident, no coincidence. When a married woman intentionally carves out moments just to be with you, away from prying eyes, and the chaos of everyday life. Understand this clearly. She is sending a powerful, unmistakable message. This is not idle curiosity. This is not random socializing. This is a signal drenched in meaning. She's stepping outside the boundaries imposed by society, tradition, and even her own vows. Why? Because something about you ignites a force within her, a force so compelling that she chooses secrecy, solitude, and risk just to explore it. In our modern world, where every minute is claimed by distractions, commitments, and screens, when someone demands your presence in private, it's a currency of immense value. You must not overlook it. To the man who embodies modern Stoicism, the man who commands his own mind and actions, this is more than a temptation. It is a test, a summons to mastery. Marcus Aurelius, a titan of Stoic wisdom, said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Her decision to spend time alone with you is exactly that, an obstacle turned opportunity. It is a crack in the fortress of everyday life where something genuine may grow. She is not merely seeking companionship. She is signaling attraction, desire, and the undeniable urge to connect with the part of you that refuses to be ordinary. This is your call to action. Do not let it slip by as mere happenstance. You must recognize it, own it, command it. But understand this, power without discipline is destruction. You must wield this moment with unwavering honor and precision. Seneca taught us, sometimes even to live is an act of courage. It takes courage not just to be the man who draws her in, but to be the man who remains grounded, who chooses wisely when to advance and when to hold back. In a society that often rewards impulse, be the man who masters restraint. Be the man who turns attraction into respect, confusion into clarity, chaos into calm. The modern Stoic knows that emotions are neither enemies nor masters. They are signals to be interpreted, not ruled by. This knowledge is your sword and shield. When she chooses to spend time with you alone, she's sharing a secret world, one wrapped in vows, promises, and the invisible chains of expectation. You have crossed into that world not by accident, but because you embody something rare. Presence. The presence of a man who lives deliberately, who acts with purpose, and who commands attention without demanding it. This is the real power. This is the essence of mastery. You must not only see these signs, subtle glances, shared silences, deliberate encounters, but understand the responsibility they bring. You are no longer just a bystander in your own life. You are a player on a high-stakes field. The path you choose now will define you. Will you rise? Will you become the man who controls his fate, who seizes the moment without losing himself? Or will you falter, distracted by doubt and hesitation? Remember the words of Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your reaction defines your destiny. This is your battlefield, and discipline is your weapon. Take control, create clarity, command respect. Become the man who turns fleeting moments into legacy. Don't wait for signs to become obvious. See in silence what others miss. Learn to read between words, to feel beneath gestures. Build your life on this foundation of awareness and control. This is modern Stoicism, not passive endurance, but active, deliberate power. The world rewards men who master themselves. Now is your moment. Seize it with both hands. Own it with fierce determination. Comment below with your commitment. I will master presence. I will master life. Like, share, subscribe, join the ranks of men who refuse to settle for less than mastery. Because mastery is not given. Mastery is taken. And it starts here, now, with you. Sign 5. Opening up about personal issues. When a married woman begins to confide in you about her personal life, sharing intimate details of her struggles, frustrations, or the tensions simmering beneath the surface of her marriage, this is far from a casual act. It's a deliberate and powerful signal that she trusts you in a way she doesn't with others. Opening up emotionally is not something done lightly. It demands courage and vulnerability, especially when the stakes involve the stability of her relationship. This is often a subtle yet unmistakable sign of attraction. When she chooses to reveal her inner world, It means she feels understood and safe enough with you to expose parts of herself she usually keeps guarded. Yet, this vulnerability can carry a double-edged sword. It might be a genuine expression of her growing interest in you, but it can also be a plea for solace in moments of hardship, a search for emotional refuge when life becomes overwhelming. In this delicate space, Stoicism offers invaluable guidance. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor who balanced immense power with deep wisdom, said, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." When she shares her emotional battles, listen deeply, but do so without judgment or the urge to intervene emotionally beyond your limits. Your role is not to become her therapist or to dive headfirst into her personal dramas. You must hold yourself with unwavering integrity, maintaining a respectful distance that protects both your own emotional well-being and her marital commitments. This is not about shutting down empathy. It is about mastering it. Stoicism teaches that we should engage with the world with kindness, but never at the expense of our inner peace or moral compass. Do not confuse her emotional openness as an open invitation to blur boundaries. The true test of strength is in restraint. The danger lies in allowing yourself to be drawn into a vortex of complicated feelings that lead nowhere but heartache and confusion. Real power is demonstrated in your ability to listen and support without losing yourself, without compromising your values or her situation. Seneca wisely observed, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This is your call to master your emotions, to be present without becoming entangled, to be a pillar of calm rather than a participant in chaos. When a married woman shares her vulnerabilities, the wise course is to respect the sanctity of her commitments, while providing a steady, understanding presence. You show true strength by being the steady ground beneath turbulent skies, not the storm that stirs the waves. In practical, everyday life, this advice can save you from entanglement that destroys reputations and hearts. It reminds you that your value lies in self-control and respect, not in chasing emotional intensity that's not meant for you. When you find yourself in such a situation, ask yourself, are you ready to be the person who listens without crossing the line, who offers compassion without expectation, who upholds boundaries firmly but kindly? Your answer will define your character. I encourage you now to reflect deeply on this. Have you ever been confided in by a married woman? How did you navigate that delicate balance between support and distance? What lessons did you learn about vulnerability, attraction, and self-mastery? Share your experiences and insights in the comments below. Your story could illuminate this complex human dynamic for others and foster a community grounded in respect, wisdom, and true strength. Remember, to master this challenge is to master yourself, and as Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. If this message resonates with you, hit like, share it with a friend who needs to hear this, and don't forget to subscribe for more no-nonsense wisdom. Drop a comment below to lock in your mindset. I am a master of my emotions and my boundaries. Show the world your strength. Sign 6. Personal and thoughtful compliments. When a married woman starts giving you personal and thoughtful compliments, it's a signal you can't afford to overlook. In everyday life, compliments flow freely and often feel routine. You look nice today, or that's a good shirt. But when she shifts from these shallow observations to acknowledging your deeper qualities, your intellect, your dedication, your unique character, that's a meaningful change. She might say something like, "I really admire how committed you are to your work. It's genuinely inspiring." This kind of compliment isn't casual small talk. It's a subtle, intentional expression that reveals she's paying attention to who you are beneath the surface, which can be a clear indicator of attraction. It's easy to miss, especially if you're used to quick, surface-level exchanges in modern communication, where most compliments are empty or transactional. But these personal compliments come with weight. They're a deliberate recognition of your value as a person, not just your appearance. You must not let this flattery cloud your judgment. That's where the wisdom of Stoicism comes in. Stoicism is about mastering your emotions and not allowing external factors like praise or criticism to dictate your inner state. When you receive such thoughtful compliments, take them graciously but maintain a strong inner fortress. Don't inflate your ego or let the idea of attraction lure you into unrealistic expectations. The essence of Stoicism reminds you, your worth is anchored in your character, your actions, and your virtues, not in the words others say about you. In a world dominated by social media and instant gratification, where validation often comes as likes, comments, and fleeting attention, this principle is more vital than ever. You must learn to differentiate between genuine recognition and mere noise. This discernment preserves your emotional equilibrium and keeps you focused on what truly matters. Moreover, understanding this dynamic is essential for modern men navigating relationships and social cues in today's complex world. The challenge isn't just to notice these signs, but to interpret them with clarity and integrity. When a married woman offers these deep compliments, it's not an invitation to leap recklessly into temptation or betrayal. It's a moment to observe, understand, and act with wisdom. It's about reading between the lines, respecting boundaries, and maintaining your own principles. The Stoic approach teaches you to value what you can control, your responses, your choices, and to let go of what you cannot control, others' feelings, their circumstances, and outcomes. This mindset keeps you strong, self-respecting, and clear-headed. In practical terms, when you catch yourself receiving such meaningful compliments, pause. Reflect on what they really mean. Are they a sign of genuine admiration or a fleeting moment of kindness? Is there a pattern to her behaviour? Is she seeking emotional connection, or is she simply acknowledging your qualities out of respect or friendship? Ask yourself these questions honestly, without falling prey to wishful thinking or denial. Use this awareness as a tool for self-growth. Let it motivate you to embody the virtues she praises: dedication, integrity, intellect, not to impress her, but to become the best version of yourself for your own sake. That's the power of the modern Stoic mindset. It transforms external signals into internal fuel for growth and mastery. Don't mistake attraction for permission or encouragement. The presence of these thoughtful compliments doesn't guarantee anything beyond a moment of connection. You must set boundaries and act with honour, protecting yourself and others from harm. Attraction is complex and often ambiguous, especially when it involves someone already committed. But knowing these signs allows you to navigate this complexity with eyes wide open, rather than being caught off guard or led by emotions alone. Be sharp, be disciplined, be clear. That clarity will empower you to respond in a way that respects everyone involved and preserves your integrity. In essence, when a married woman offers personal and thoughtful compliments, she is revealing a layer of attraction that runs deeper than casual conversation. Recognize it, understand it, and appreciate it, but don't lose yourself in it. Accept her words with gratitude, but keep your Stoic guard firm. Your strength lies not in the attention you receive, but in the strength you hold within. That is the lesson modern life demands from us: to balance awareness with restraint, to honour others without sacrificing ourselves, and to face the complex dance of human relationships with wisdom and courage. This is how you turn subtle signals into powerful growth, how you transform fleeting moments into lasting strength, and how you live fully as a man grounded in the timeless principles of Stoicism. Sign 7. Showing subtle jealousy. Understand this. When a married woman shows subtle jealousy, she's revealing a truth far deeper than words, a truth wrapped in restraint, wrapped in forbidden desire, but a truth nonetheless. This jealousy is not always loud or obvious. It often whispers in quiet moments when you casually mention another woman, and suddenly her smile falters, her gaze flickers away, or she retreats into silence. She might seem uncomfortable, distant, or even distracted. These small shifts are not accidental. They are the cracks in the wall she's built around her emotions. This is the raw, unfiltered signal that beneath her composed exterior, she sees you differently. She views you not just as a friend, not just as a colleague, but as someone who stirs feelings she cannot and will not admit openly. Watch how she navigates conversations that involve other women. Does she steer the talk away? Does she hint, subtly but unmistakably, that these other women aren't worthy of your attention? This is no mere coincidence. It's possessiveness, cloaked in politeness, a silent claim on your presence and attention. She's silently saying, "You belong somewhere else," or worse, "I want to belong to you." The ancient philosopher Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Here, the suffering is her jealousy, quiet but potent, fueled by a secret hope or fear. Your ability to see this is power. Your understanding of it is control. But knowing this is only the first step. The true test of mastery lies in your response. You must adopt the Stoic mindset, the mindset of the modern warrior of life. Jealousy is a powerful emotion, a storm that can sweep away reason and turn men into fools. You will not fall into that trap. You will not react impulsively. You will not feed the flames of insecurity or confusion. Instead, you will stand firm, detached. You will observe, like a sentinel on the walls of your mind, watching the emotional tides rise and fall without losing your own footing. Marcus Aurelius commanded, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Your strength is in control. Your strength is in composure. Your strength is in knowing that her jealousy, while revealing, is not your battlefield to fight rashly. This is the essence of modern Stoicism: to remain calm, to respond with clarity and purpose, to master your inner world so that external chaos cannot unseat you. She shows jealousy, acknowledge it, but do not become the source of more turmoil. Do not provoke, do not encourage, do not falter. Instead, be the man who commands his presence with quiet certainty, who recognizes desire without losing himself in it. This is power few men achieve, but it is yours for the taking. Life will test you with temptation and confusion, but remember, power belongs to the one who can see clearly and act decisively. In today's fast-paced, distracted world, where emotions run unchecked and impulsivity is often mistaken for passion, you must stand apart. You must be the anchor, the unshakable force. You must master the signs, master yourself, and master the situation. Jealousy is a signal, a psychological clue that someone's boundaries are crossed, the feelings are complicated. Use this knowledge to maintain control, to elevate your game, to command respect. This isn't about manipulation. It's about awareness and discipline. You want to win in life? You want to command respect from every room you enter? Then listen to these signs. Recognize the subtle jealousy not as a threat, but as a message. Handle it with the Stoic's calm, the warrior's precision, and the king's authority. Do not get lost in the emotion. Do not chase illusions. Instead, seize control of your reality, your emotions, and your destiny. Now, if you are ready to own your power and sharpen your edge, don't hesitate. Like this message, comment below with the word mastery, and subscribe to join a brotherhood of men who refuse to be ruled by chaos or uncertainty. This is your moment. Seize it. Be the man who sees beyond the surface and acts with unstoppable force. Remember, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Zdania, Marcus Aurelius. Show strength, show restraint, show dominance. Your life depends on it. Attraction is one of the most powerful and confusing forces we face, especially when it crosses the boundaries of commitment. When a married woman shows signs of attraction toward you, the situation is a test not just of your awareness, but of your character and discipline. The modern Stoic teaches us to focus squarely on what we can control, our own thoughts, judgments, and actions, while maintaining unwavering respect for the commitments others have made. This is not about suppressing feelings or denying reality. It is about responding with clarity and strength, not impulse and weakness. When you notice these signs, a glance that holds longer than it should, subtle touches that linger, conversations that move beyond casual boundaries, do not leap to assumptions or act on desire. Instead, hold yourself accountable to the highest standard of integrity. Remember, respect for another person's commitments is non-negotiable. To act otherwise is to betray not only her, but yourself. You must see attraction for what it is, a momentary spark, a temptation that tests your resolve. Do not let it dictate your behavior or cloud your judgment. Instead, engage in calm, mindful observation. Watch carefully, reflect deeply, and act only with deliberate intention. In the chaos of modern life, where social boundaries blur and emotions surge unchecked, many fall victim to fleeting impulses and misguided hopes. But the true measure of a man lies in how he handles such moments of temptation. You must reject the easy path of indulgence and choose the harder path of discipline and respect. This is not a denial of desire, but a mastery over it. By focusing on your own reactions, you shield yourself from unnecessary pain and moral compromise. The Stoic principle here is clear. Your emotions are not commands, but signals to be interpreted and controlled. When a married woman's behavior hints at attraction, your responsibility is to maintain your boundaries firmly and kindly. Do not feed the fire of attraction with secret meetings or suggestive conversations. Instead, preserve distance, physical and emotional. This is not weakness, it is wisdom. Consider this. Every man faces moments that challenge his values. The modern world will often reward immediate gratification and selfish pursuit, but these fleeting rewards come at great cost. A man who loses control over his desires risks not only heartbreak, but a shattered reputation and fractured self-respect. The Stoic does not fear these challenges. He welcomes them as opportunities to demonstrate inner strength. The greatest victories are won within the mind. So when a married woman signals interest, do not see it as an invitation, but as a test of your resolve. Ask yourself, what do I stand for? What is my true purpose? What legacy do I want to leave? These questions ground you, help you see beyond the momentary thrill to the long-term consequences. Moreover, this situation offers a profound lesson in empathy and human complexity. Attraction is natural, but it does not justify betrayal. You must recognize the humanity in the woman and the complicated dynamics at play in her life. Respect her as a person, not as an object of desire. Your respect for her marriage and your own principles creates a space where honor and decency prevail over temptation and chaos. You protect not only yourself, but her dignity and the stability of the relationships around you. In modern Stoicism, the emphasis on self-mastery is more relevant than ever. The constant barrage of stimuli and emotional provocations calls for men who can stand firm and clear-headed. This is the man who controls his destiny, not by controlling others, but by mastering himself. Your power comes from your ability to choose your responses deliberately, to act in alignment with your values, and to resist the fleeting allure of easy gains. So, if you find yourself facing the subtle signs of attraction from a married woman, do not fall into confusion or reckless pursuit. Instead, anchor yourself in your principles. Observe carefully, reflect honestly, and act decisively, always with respect for yourself and others. That is the hallmark of strength, the way of the modern Stoic. Your path is not defined by what comes to you, but by how you respond. Stand firm, choose integrity, honor the commitments that matter. This is not merely advice, it is a command. Your future, your peace of mind, and your true power depend on it.